Stalking your ex have severe psychological consequences that will destroy you if you don't stop it now. In this video, you're going to learn how to finally terminate this self-destructive behavior and heal correctly. First thing that you must realize in order for you to achieve that is why you're stalking your ex. You must realize the reasons and the root cause of your behavior, because I know you don't want to do this, but it's like an addiction. And this is the first thing that we're going to cover, that stalking is like a drug addiction where the stalker is addicted to information about their ex. I can understand that, and you need to understand that in order for you to move on to the next step. The next step will be understanding the psychological consequences of stalking, what it does to your mind, your brain, your self-esteem, your self-worth, and everything. It destroys you completely and you become a shell of a person. Last but not least, we're going to talk about how to stop stalking and start healing and doing it correctly. This video is going to be packed with a lot of great information for you to stop stalking. And actually, this is the only video that you will ever need to watch about stalking and how to stop this self-destructive behavior and become the best version of yourself and not the worst version of yourself. I'm Coach Paz, Goldman, your relationship and breakup coach. We're going to start by talking about why you're stalking and being such a fucking weirdo. Now, if you don't know me and this is the first time you're watching my videos, understand that I'm a no bullshit kind of coach. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear to heal and not what you want to hear to fucking pay me. And you are being a fucking weirdo with this bullshit behavior, like a peeping Tom looking at your ex, opening up fake accounts and behaving in such a self-degrading way. I want to explain to you why you're doing this. I want to explain to you. Number one, because I don't blame you for that. By the way, before you think that I'm being too harsh on you, I'm being harsh on myself. When I stalked my ex, because I did, this is how I know that it's a fucking weird thing to do and self-destructing and not a good thing for your mental well-being and healing and everything in your life, your self-esteem, everything. So I've been there. I've done that. I was ashamed of myself. This is why I know that you are ashamed of yourself too, but you need to hear this and you need to understand that, and you just gotta move past that. This behavior is unacceptable. Unacceptable. So why you're doing this? Why are you doing this? Rejection breeds obsession. Rejection breeds obsession. The fact that your ex, that you got rejected, makes you want your ex even more, because there is a sense of losing when someone chooses not to be with you, which increases your desire to prove them wrong. So rejection breeds obsession. This is why you feel this urge to see what's going on with them, to even want them back, and everything in you just screams to get this person back into your life. And you cannot do anything right now. There is nothing that you can actually do. And we're going to talk about it. Number 4. We're going to talk about number 4. I'm going to discuss it a little bit now. So lack of options and control. You cannot do anything else. So stalking makes you feel like you're in control. No one can tell you what to do. So you feel like you're in control, that you have some type of handle on things because you see what's going on, you understand what's going on, and you just feel like you're still in some type of fucked up way still involved with your ex, which makes you feel familiar. You really familiarize yourself with your ex. You love them. You still do. This breakup is fresh and probably new to you, and you're still emotionally and actually energetically bonded. You form an attachment, and attachment is not being severed that quickly, especially when it's abrupt. For you it's new, for them they already processed some of their emotions, so you're like, what is going on here? So this is why rejection breeds obsession, and the fact that you're obsessed makes you're obsessed, and you try to do something, you cannot do anything because you don't have any other options. So it leads you to stalking. You want to be close, but you cannot show yourself, so you are being a weirdo and a peeping Tom. Number 2 is looking for signs. Some people stalk their ex because they are secretly hope to get back together. And I always tell you guys, after a breakup, you gotta lose the hope. You have to lose the hope in order for you to heal. So when you still have hope, it causes you to be shady. It causes you to engage in this type of weird behaviors. And they try to find a loophole and sneak their way back in. They look for signs to see that if their ex is unhappy or single. This is very self-destructive, because if they're single, if they want to be with you, they would let you know. The fact that they are not tells you everything. Sometimes I also say to my clients, no answer is an answer. Their behavior is showing you who they really are and what they really think about you. Do you really want to be with a person who does not want to be with you? Do you think that stalking this person, your ex, will actually be romantic? Will yield any kind of positive result? No, I believe that you don't think so. But your mind is hijacked by your emotions due to the emotional pain that you're feeling. So I want to help you alleviate the pain with intellectual knowledge and wisdom. You got to understand it here before you understand it here. You understand it in your mind before you understand it in your heart. So number 3 here is increase and comparison. After a breakup, insecurity and comparison. After a breakup, insecurity can creep in, leading people to compare themselves with their ex's new partner or life. Okay, it's not necessarily that your ex have a new partner. Maybe you just want to compare their life to see if they're doing better than you and if they're doing worse than you. If they have a new partner, is their new partner better than you or not? You just have to compare because your insecurity. Okay? So this is what happens. Number 5, we already talked about number 4. Number 5 is loneliness. Post-breakup loneliness can drive people to stalk their ex as a way to feel less alone, even if it's only by observing their ex from a distance. You feel less alone when you know what's going on with your ex, when you're still inside their energy field. By the way, you're inside their energy field without their consent, which is fucking weird and it's unhealthy. So when you're doing it, you just feel that you're not alone. You feel you're still kind of knowing what's going on with them. Number 6, it's fear of missing out. Stalking an ex can stem from the fear of missing out on what's happening in their life, especially if the ex started a new relationship or embark on new adventures. This is where people opening up just fake accounts to see how their vacation went, how they're with their new partner, or what they're doing, because you're afraid. You're afraid that if you don't know what's going on with them, that is over. But let me tell you, this is over. This relationship is over. And the fact that you're stalking them, it just means that you were the anxious one in the relationship. They were the avoidant in the relationship. The power dynamic is flawed. The relationship did not uphold what it needed to be. And you didn't overcome the challenges in your relationship. This is why you broke up. And relationship is a skill. I always say it's a skill. In order for you to be in a relationship, you have to have the skill of persevering when shit hits the fan. If you cannot, and if you don't persevere when shit hits the fan, this is where a breakup happens. And after one breakup, guess what? The second one is just a matter of time now. Just a matter of time. Rarely people make it through the first breakup. Rarely. It takes a lot of work, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of personal growth. And if you need help with that, you can book a one-on-one call with me. I can definitely help you achieve all of that. Also, you can go into the link in the description below and sign up for my online healing coaching program, The Rise of the Phoenix, where you can heal correctly and stop this obsession over your ex and the need for stalking them. This program takes you step by step. All you need to do is just plug into the system, do the work as I'm suggesting you to do, and that is it. In no time, you will heal, and you will understand that everything that happened in this breakup happened for you to evolve. It's actually revealed the best part of you, not the worst part of you right now, like you're experiencing right now. I want to show you that this breakup can make you a fucking hero instead of not. I'm just going to give you some slack here. Okay. Now, the psychological consequences of stalking. This is where you really want to pay attention, my friend, because this is what's going on. This is what will happen and happening to you as we speak. First thing is developing personality disorder. Now, let's be honest. Stalkers are not proud of their actions. So, as a result of continuous sneaky behavior and hiding one's actions for an extended period of time, a person naturally develops a different personality because they cannot control this behavior. That's it. But they are not proud of it either. So they must keep it as a secret and inside a different personality. So they develop the stalker personality, where they have the fucking goggles, the night vision goggles, and the little newspaper when they're just peeping. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean. You develop a different personality. When you tap into this personality of the stalker, you're just the worst version of yourself, the absolute worst, and it erodes your self-worth as well. You don't want to do that. First of all, now you understand why you're doing this. Now you're going to understand the consequences. And when you understand why, consequences, and then what you need to do, you will just go ahead and do that. And I am here to hold your hand and guide you through this. I know it's not easy. I needed someone to help me to go through this myself when I went through my breakup and I became a fucking weirdo, just like you right now. Number 2 is deepening the emotional trauma. Stalking is like a wound that you keep on scratching. When you scratch, the more you scratch, the more it bleeds, and the deeper the scar gets. Really think of it like a wound. Every time you scratch the wound, it's opening up again and start bleeding. You start thinking about it, and you start ruminating, and you start all of this. The more you scratch it, the more you are, when you go on your phone and you go to the profile, your heart's beating like a motherfucker. And you feel this anxiety. You sometimes even a slight weird sense of thrill, and when you get the information, you're like like an addict, like, oh my god, I got my fix. It feels so bad. Doesn't feel good. Feels so bad. It feels good momentarily for a second to scratch that itch, but you're not scratching actually the itch. You're scratching the wound, and you're opening up, and after the scratch, you just look at yourself and you bleed all over. You don't like yourself at these moments, and you're so painful, right? Now you understand also why. And the more you do that, the deeper the wound, the deeper the scar. It will take you much more time to heal. If you do this, it will take you much more time to heal, short term and long term when it's trauma, because you have a wound, and this is the healing journey that you're going through right now to heal the wound. And then there is the trauma where it's post-breakup, it's post-healing, that you have this deep trauma within you that might be triggered when someone new comes into your life. This is why you got to heal correctly. And this is why I'm telling you, get the Rise of the Phoenix, my online healing coaching program, or talk to me one-on-one for me to help you not to make these mistakes and to heal correctly. Because if you don't heal correctly, my friend, the consequences are detrimental for your mental well-being and your overall in your life. Now you have this breakup pain, and I want you to alchemize it, this pain, into beauty. and understand that this breakup happened for you and not to you. So yeah. Number 3 here is developing the forbidden fruit complex, getting used to wanting what you cannot have. This is a complex that people develop. They're getting used to wanting what they cannot have, which will keep you in an endless loop of desiring things that you cannot have. Get this, guys, and get this, girls. For men, it leads you to porn addiction, because men seeking more physical connection, when they cannot get it, they cannot have it, they go into the computer like fucking losers and jerk off. This is men. This is what happens when you are developing the forbidden fruit complex. You are looking at things that you cannot have, just looking at it, but you cannot touch it, you cannot have it. So you touch yourself like a fucking loser. You got to stop this behavior. For women, it can be romantic novels, random casual sex, also online shopping, by the way, online window shopping. It's just looking at things you cannot have. Since women seeking more emotional connection, this is why they want more watch romantic novel, watch telenovelas and shit, and also random casual sex. They're seeking emotional connection, and sometimes they're falsely thinking that if they are getting involved with a new partner physically, they will get the emotional benefits, and it doesn't happen. With casual random sex, it doesn't happen, because it just doesn't happen. It takes time to develop emotions. It doesn't happen just randomly and quickly. Like, no. So you got to understand that these are the consequences. And if you're engaging in any kind of this behavior, men, if you're jerking off like a fucking monkey, and a woman, if you are engaging in casual sex or just trying to escape this, understand that you're developing this complex. You're developing this complex, and it's time for you to stop. You can stop. You can stop it. And you can stop it by, I'm going to explain to you how in later in this video, in about a few minutes from now. Number 4 is identity and self-image and self-respect erosion. The stalker may lose a sense of self as their identity becomes increasingly tied to an ex and the stalking behavior. This can lead to loss of personal agency and diminished sense of self-worth. And I don't know if you watched this movie. I think it's back in the 90s. Everybody Loves Mary, where there was this stalker guy that was completely obsessed with her, and he had the personality when he had these crutches and all of that. He stalked her. I just remember this movie with Cameron Diaz long time ago. So yeah, I think it's the 90s. In this movie, you can actually see the personality of the stalker, how he's one person when he's stalking and a completely different person when he's not. Understand that these things are based on truth. Not all of movies based on truth, but this specific one is. Now, stalkers lose respect for themselves each and every time they stalk, causing them to have low self-esteem and a very poor self-image. Every time you do it, the more you do it, you love yourself less, you respect yourself less, you think less of yourself. No. Which makes them believe that they are unworthy of anyone but their ex, because no one else will love them. But their ex did at some point, so they see their ex as their only chance. I'm going to repeat this for the sake of emphasis, because it's really important. When you stalk, it causes you to lower your self-esteem, self-worth, and self-respect. As a result of that, all you can see from the bottom is who once loved you, and you think that this person is the only one that will ever love you. So you think this is your only chance at love, because you're looking down. You're looking up when you're down. And you got yourself there. You brought yourself into this low point, and you can get yourself out of it. You put yourself there, you can get yourself out of there. You can do it by talking to me, getting my course, getting other people's courses, getting the professional help that you need. It doesn't really matter to me if it's mine or not. When you start engaging in things that are developing you, I will be happy regardless. And by the way, if you cannot afford my online healing coaching program, you can join my online community for free, a Facebook community for free with like-minded people, or even better than that, if you cannot afford it for any reason, go to the link, check the Rise of the Phoenix, see if you can afford it or not. If you cannot afford it, send me an email and I will give it to you for free. Share with me your situation and we'll give it to you for free. If you can't really afford it, which is highly affordable, very, very affordable. It's one of the cheapest courses on healing, and the best and the cheapest, but I wanted to make it cheap for you because I wanted it to be accessible. So if you cannot afford it for any reason, we're going to give it to you for free. How's that? Now you got no excuses. Now you can do the work. No more excuses. That's it. Number 5, becoming an obsessive overthinker. Stalking reinforces obsessive thoughts and behaviors. The stalker becomes increasingly fixated on the ex, leading to a cycle of unhealthy rumination and distorted perception of reality. You just become a different person. Little by little, this stalker personality gets woven with who you really are. And this is how you start losing your sense of self, and you start becoming an obsessive overthinker. You change your personality into a person that you don't want to be because you are starting to become more of who you don't want to be. You start to become the stalker. And this is not the best version of you. Would you agree with me that the stalker is not the best version of you? Drop a comment below and say stalker sucks. Claim it, know it, understand it, and understand that this is not your fault. This is your responsibility. Now you got a lot of information. If you continue stalking, there's nothing I can do about it. Number 6, increased anxiety and depression. Engaging in stalking can exacerbate feelings of anxiety and depression. The stalker may feel trapped in their behavior, which can lead to feelings of helplessness and despair. Number 6 is isolation. The obsessive focus on the ex can lead to social isolation, as the stalker may withdraw from other relationships and activities. This isolation can further deepen psychological distress. Start being alone for a long period of time. There is a lot of good things about being alone for a long period of time, and actually do the work when you are constructively choosing to be alone and you're working on yourself and you're actually engaging in things that causes you to become the best version of yourself. Isolation is good when you do that. Isolation is bad when you're engaging in self-destructive activities, exactly like we talked about when you're stalking. So understand that you cannot continue with this behavior. Number 7 is developing emotional dependency. Stalking often stems from an inability to let go of the relationship, leading to heightened sense of dependency on the ex for emotional validation, even in a negative context. Because sometimes you even want your ex to catch you just to get their attention, any type of attention. You think that any kind of attention from your ex will be good because you just want attention. You don't even care about what kind of attention you're getting. Healthy behavior or unhealthy behavior, you'll be the judge. I'm just giving you the information. You can do this with this information, whatever you want. I just hope that you make the right decision. Now, how to stop stalking and start healing? First things first, you have to have new horizon. You must build a new vision of your future. Now, in your situation, it's almost impossible for you even to think of a new future, a new partner, a better life, a better quality of everything. It's very hard. This is why you got to seek support. You got to seek professional support. If you reach to the point that you're stalking, you need professional help because you proved that you are incapable of controlling your urges, and you need the combination of professional guidance and accountability. And this is exactly what I am offering you here: professional guidance and accountability. Every time you feel like you're about to stalk your ex, talk to me, text me, and I'm gonna shake you. I'm gonna rock your world to the degree that you say, no, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Coach Paz will be mad at me. And believe me, you don't want me to be mad at you. When I start to work with you guys, and I'm holding you accountable for these type of behaviors, and I'm holding you to the standard of you being the best version of yourself, this is it. There is no going back when you start working with me, because my expectations of me are very high. I know your potential, and I see you guys and girls. I see all of you when you start working with me. I see your potential. I want to help you to tap into this potential. And this is not just about healing after a breakup. It's about changing your life completely. Before I became a relationship coach, I was a mindset coach. I was a money mindset coach. I was a real estate coach. I've done a lot. I was a life and business coach. I've done a lot. So when you come to work with me, it's not just for me to help you heal after a breakup. It's not just that. This is just the beginning, baby steps, the beginning of you forging your true personality and the best version of you. With that said, I'm sending you love and healing, and I will see you again in the next one. Take care.